Welcome to the Game Corner, another video game podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as RobKTA, and I'm joined, as always, by a friend and this time new co-host.
Bruneaux.
Oh, you did that on purpose.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. That was premeditated. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I've wanted to do that for a minute.
Well, luckily, we've actually wanted to have you on the pod for a minute too, so works out.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me, man. It's cool.
No, I appreciate you being here because my other co-conspirators are otherwise preoccupied, and no one wants to listen to me talk to myself for an hour on a podcast.
That's fair.
And I also just like talking with people. It's so much more fun.
Plus, I haven't seen you since like NAIC.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't talked since NAIC other than just like random stuff on Discord.
Right. Like, yeah. Voice to voice.
Yeah.
Seeing your face and your lips move and hearing the sound. It hasn't happened since NAIC.
Well, when you put it that way, sure.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
it's a little bit descriptive.
I mean, I'm long-winded because you have to fill an hour for a podcast.
Oh, we'll be fine though. We'll be fine. You assured me we'll be fine.
And you were not confident before, so
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me, wow, how the turntables have turned.
Just throw you right under the bus immediately.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah,
what a great guest I am.
What a great guest host. No. So for those of you who listen to the pod on a regular basis but don't know who Bruneaux is, first off, that makes no sense. But Bruneaux, who are you?
I'm Matt Bruneaux. I go by Bruneaux. Everybody calls like. What's funny? Like Kevin didn't know my first name was Matt up until I think NAIC. Like he didn't, or recently, Kevin didn't know that my name wasn't actually, or my first name wasn't Bruneaux.
That's amazing. I remember that. I remember him finding that out, and we were like, "What?"
Yeah, mine was blown. It was hilarious. But yeah. So I'm Bruneaux. I spell my name way more difficult because I'm a DJ, musician, producer, and I've kept it like that for a while. And then I don't know, just now transitioned into like Pokemon content, which is kind of cool. So I've been doing YouTube stuff, going ham on it for 7 days a week now, and trying not to burn out.
You are you started a few 2 months ago, 3 months ago, like going ham.
Yeah,
and you started from just a few more subs than I think this channel, maybe 200. I don't know, but like, and now you're up in the what now?
I should hit 1,300 by the end of the week.
Growing.
I'm at like 1,280 something right now.
So
I'm not like
fast.
Nobody's not counting. Obviously. But yeah, I think I'm at 1,284 or something like that. I should hit 1,300 by the end of the week, which would be cool. I'm trying to hit. I want to hit 2K before the end of the year. That's been my lofty goal, but I think I can get there. I
think you can do it. Like the content this guy puts out. Not only is he putting out a video every day of the week, I cannot keep up with watching, but it's good stuff.
Thank you. I'm trying, man. I'm not good with cameras and talking to cameras. So, and then like my brain is just a jumbled mess of like VGC. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen, but I can't like just think that. I have to like voice it, and that I'm just struggling with that, but it's coming. I'm getting there.
That's one of the most hardest skills, like one of the most difficult skills to get for like any sort of content creation, be it a podcast or battle videos or just streaming, right? Like I have dabbled in all of that and look at where it's gotten me. But just being able to just stream of conscious, just let it all out. I've grown up with too many filters on my thoughts and words spewing from my face that I it's so hard to do. Just like let it all out and speak. Ugh.
Like I'm pretty good at multitasking. I like to think I'm pretty good at multitasking, but like I've realized I'm getting better as I go with VGC and trying to communicate my thoughts and think about commentate it all. That's the other C word I was thinking of. Like trying just to like get it all out. It's just tricky, man. It's so freaking tricky. Because I have like 10 different things. I'm like, I know they can do all this stuff, but I'm like, I can't just think it. I have to say it. And then I look like an idiot if I don't. If I just sit there quietly. Like
if you sit there quietly, or worse, if you say like the exact wrong thing.
Oh yeah, but that's like the pressure I'm putting on myself. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I know right now they can just tailwind, dazzling gleam me, but I'm like, if they don't do that and they trick room, I'm screwed. It's like, and there's so many, especially with closed team sheet ladder. It's horrible. I hate it.
Oh yeah, that's
I hate it. I hate the mind games.
And not only that, like when you're there's definitely, at least I've felt, again, I have put out a sprinkling of battle videos months and months ago, and when I was even streaming some stuff, playing the game and like trying to make content and focusing on saying your mind and talking through everything, versus just playing by yourself, not talking, like not for the camera, and it's completely different. And I don't think people believe that.
No. Dude, and I think streaming's harder because not only do you have to be, not only are you playing, you have to be thinking and kind of commentating it, but at the same time, you also have to engage with your chat and talk.
Right.
Like you're doing like 3 or 4 different things. It's harder.
Yeah.
And I haven't done it in a minute. I think the last thing I streamed maybe was like the whatever global challenge kind of stuff. But
oh yeah, back in like earlier this year. No,
yeah, like
no,
April,
last
May,
year,
something like that. No,
whenever it was. No, we've had that for Scarlet and Violet, right?
Yeah. We had 3 of them. They call the global challenge.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. I was thinking Players Cup for some reason.
No, you're good.
Back from Sword and Shield. Yes.
I know. Yeah, we've had them. It's just
too many
like
things.
I don't know. They'll come back, but I'm not.
Yeah, they've been empty. They're absent as of late. Although we have the that's
something we can talk about. Look at that. We planned this. We planned this segue. We totally did not just think of this.
Oh my gosh, what is the Kitakami Open? Is that what they call it? Prologue. The
Kitakami Prologue, which is super interesting, actually.
Yeah, because we're both going to complain about the same thing right now.
Are we?
We don't have reggie rules yet.
I've been that dude on Twitter. It's just like day 25 without the rule set.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, I got 2 more lined up for the rest of the week because I know we're not getting it until Sunday. I just look as somebody who's going to Peoria and knows that is a week and a half away, and I don't we know what the rule set is, but we don't that scares the absolute crap out of me.
So you're going to Peoria. I have an MSS on the 1st.
Yep.
I'm like, we don't know, signups are open for it. It's going to be in Orlando. I'm super excited for it. I just picked a team today that I'm going to kind of start iterating on. I'm super, super late to that party. So I'm going to do poorly. That's fine. But where's the rule set? Please and thank you.
Nope. They didn't give it to us, man. They told us hey, Reggie's happening. We have the dates for it. Stuff will be banned. Stuff will be allowed, but we're not going to be specific.
No. Well, did they actually say the word ban?
Yeah. But, they said some Pokemon will be banned, but it's the exact same wording that they used in Regs C and D.
Sure.
Meaning, restricteds and mythicals, like the obvious stuff. Your Zacians, your Kyogres.
Right.
So based on that, the wording makes it seem like that's going to be the same scenarios. It's going to be Reg D plus DLC stuff. But they could pull the rug out from under us, which I'm kind of hoping on. I've been a big advocate of give me Series 1 plus DLC kind of stuff because I want it to reset the power levels. Because I feel like where do we go from here after this? It's such a high level. I agree. I want them to do that. I also know that they won't because this regulation goes until January 2nd. No, I know. And that's the thing. It's I know, because then they can add, that's the thing. It's dude, if they reset it and they put the Series 1 plus DLC, and then January 2nd is DLC 2, DLC 1 plus Series 1. But the thing is that it's such a high power level now. It's where do we go other than restricted format? But that's usually saved for the 3rd year historically.
Yeah, I would go on the record to bet nothing important, that's for sure. But I would reckon that that they do Regulation E for the rest of the year is going to be DLC 1 with the sub-legendary, like it is, like we think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Then from January to whatever, March, April timeframe will be DLC 2, same thing, have the just non-mythical, non-restricteds. Cool. And then after that regulation, then they start looking at like cutting back the power level, doing like a weird reset to look at what you think what you want it to be, like all like no sub-legendaries, no Ruinous, no Ogerpon, no nothing, just national decks with 1 and 2. That's what I think is going to happen.
That'd be interesting.
And then it goes back to like other things or a ban list. But if they do a ban list, like have to do it right. They did ban lists so bad for Sword and Shield.
Yeah, but that was also their first time doing it, and they were. Yes. I think they were also stalling because I believe that series came at the same time as like COVID really was setting in. That they're just like, oh crap, like,
right?
What do we do from here? We planned having these events. Like we have to kind of rally to like keep things fresh for the fan base. Because if I remember correctly, that was like summer of 2020 was the ban list, something like that.
That sounds right. But like, I totally agree.
Was it Series 6?
Yes.
Like that? Yeah.
It was 6, 7, 6.
6, because 7 was the same as 9.
That's right. Yes. So it was 6.
Yeah, I think it was 6. Because I mean, DLC came out in like April or May or something. So yeah, I think it was around like July, August.
Well, if it does end up being Series 6 and Regulation F. Yeah. Wait. Yes. That's the same A, B, C, D, E, F. 6.
Alphabet.
Yep. Numbers and letters. It's like algebra all over again.
Hey, man, numbers are the alphabet of number. Oh, man. No, math is the alphabet numbers. I messed it up. Don't worry about it. Keep going. Reg F.
Reg F could be a ban list if they keep the same pattern of the 6th one is a ban list. They're not going to.
You're not wrong.
I am.
You're not wrong. They could do that. I mean, it would technically follow the pattern.
Yeah, but that's not a pattern they should follow. I don't know. I think it's going to be later next year, and I think that's. Yeah. I think if they do it right, it could be healthy.
Yeah. See, I'd like to see that same thing I was talking about with like E is DLC plus Series 1, F is DLC 1 and 2 plus Series 1, and then like Regulation G, alphabet, would be like now you're bringing back the paradox.
That would be great. I would love that. Now it's
Series 2 plus both DLCs.
Like if they pull it all back and do that, I think it would extend the life of the game for sure. It would really reset the power. It give us way more toys to play with, right? With a bunch of new Pokemon that didn't get a chance to have a life in Regulation A because they didn't exist.
Yeah,
it'll help, but I just don't see them doing it.
I don't either. But dude, I'm stoked to see what comes out of Paldea Prologue. Like, it seems like a cool format. I don't know I feel like it's just going to be like Ogerpon and friends, but just Ogerpon just bopping stuff.
100% going to be that thing you just said. Yep. Like everything Regulation E so far, Ogerpon has been such a prevalent force there.
It's so good.
It is so good. She hits hard.
Like a truck. It scares me as a Trick Room advocate. The fact that I can just get crit and not get Trick Room up instantly scares the crap out of me, and I hate that.
You have been showing some stuff in our Discord, and it's been. I mean, you've been working on that Trick Room stuff, but I believe you when you say it's scary to have that masked ogre walking around with that giant ivy cudgel just waiting for you to try.
All it takes is one crit, and I can't get Trick Room up, and I just lose the set.
What is the actual number on that? Is it just double crit chance? So like 12%, 12.5%? Is that right?
I don't know. I just know it's increased crit chance. I don't know what that means. It honestly, it feels like the way it's been on ladder, it feels like 50%. It feels like a 50% chance with my luck.
I believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Dude, and I'm not gonna lie. So I started playing some games a little bit today because I'm going to the Beast Coast thing this weekend, and I'm trying to prep Peoria a little bit.
Yeah, I want you to tell me about that when you get back. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Dude, I'm stoked about it. But I ran into, and it was the scariest thing. It was Focus Energy.
No.
Ogerpon, yeah.
No.
They had it was like Indeedee Ogerpon. They Focus Energy, and I'm just like, nah, we're not playing this one. No, I know what's about to happen. We're not playing this out.
It is 12.5%. Base critical hit rate for Ivy Cudgel is 12.5%.
So that's What's the difference? I'm not a math guy.
For a normal move, tackle for some reason is the only move that comes to mind.
Sure.
So for a tackle, it is not helpful. Wait, it is 4.17%.
So it's a 3 times chance.
It's 3 times. Holy crap! Oh, I
I hate everything.
I thought it was gonna be double. I thought the base crit was like 6 something.
Is that no different than like Night Slash though?
Correct. That sounds right.
Night Slash should probably be about the same, I would think.
And like what's the other one? Leaf Blade or whatever. Yeah, 12.5%.
Okay. So yeah, it's like that's
so any of those increased crit moves.
That's so stupid.
Just at that base. Okay, Leaf Blade is 90, so that's not that far off. What's Night Slash? Night Slash is 70. What?
I think the problem isn't the increased crit chance. The problem is Ogerpon getting a +1 if it's the Terra Fire,
right?
And then getting the crit chance on top of it, like that
and double stab
sucks.
and all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's
horrible. Horrible. We hate it.
I am 100% bringing Firepon to this weekend's MSS because I'm like I want to hit hard.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're bringing a rain team because
I am.
Your name is Harrison. Yes.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
I am sad it doesn't have Palafin, but Palafin needs Regulation A plus DLC 1 to be ready.
It would be absolutely fantastic.
It'd be fantastic. I would be stoked for that.
It would be very good.
But I might just try and get a Watershifu instead or something,
Yeah, but no,
better Palafin.
I'm intrigued. I'm not going to play Paldea Prologue. I think isn't it next weekend or something? Oh, that's what it is. My bad. I'm still used to the other one.
Paldea is the other one. Kitakami Prologue is Thursday, October 5th through that Sunday. So the next weekend.
Yeah, Thursday we're driving up to Peoria, so I will be.
Oh yeah, that's during Peoria. What the heck?
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm not miffed about it, but I saw one of my favorite tweets around it was somebody saying like, I forgot who it was, whether like, I can't wait to see, I wish, I wish that the Kitakami Prologue was Regulation E so I could see Arbok win a regional because it's the only Intimidator. It's not the only Intimidator, but it was funny.
I love it. That's pretty good.
Yeah. But no, it should give us some interesting developments out of it. I'm just afraid. I mean, it's literally going to be Ogerpon.
Oh no,
plus.
I lost you. Oh no,
I'm right here, dog. Can you hear me?
We're going to keep going. We're going to see what happens. Oh, there we are. Yes, you're back. Hello.
You couldn't hear me.
I couldn't hear you. I didn't hear anything you said.
Just recited the whole Gettysburg Address, dog. You missed it.
4 score.
7 years ago, baby.
All right.
But yeah, I'm intrigued to see what comes out of it. Nothing amazing, I would think. It's literally going to be Ogerpon +5. It's going to be Ogerpon plus Gyarados, Arcanine, Komodo. Good stuff. Like,
is Komodo doing well in stuff right now? I actually haven't seen. So if you, Bruno, looked at or paid attention to when I was this morning, and I was like, hey, do we have stuff for Reg E right now? Like, where is stuff? And I totally forgot Limitless just existed.
Yes.
But that's where all the tournaments are, right? All the grassroots tournaments are in Limitless.
Yeah.
So we have some of those to look at, and I have not actually looked at those yet.
I'm pulling one up right now because there was a big one over the weekend. The VGC Trainer School Open, and we can talk about it because it was a sizable one. Hold on. There's more than that. How many players? 409 players.
Holy crap. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see
Here, I'll send it to you.
I got it. VGC Trainer School Open Reg E.
But no, there's some really cool developments out of it. But talking about Komodo, it got third with Desu. And it's a cool like body press set, which most people are looking at like clanging scales kind of stuff. This is an Iron Defense body press set with Flamethrower, Terra Fire, which is cool. But that's not the only one. Wolf Glick ran it, got 10th.
Wait, which one is this? Who is this? Oh, Desu?
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. They have a cool team. Hard Trick Room got second. Wink,
Which
wink.
makes you very happy, yes.
It makes me very happy. And those are all 6 Pokemon that are very
that's a good
close to my
Hard
heart.
Trick Room team. Yeah, that's lovely actually.
Oh, you know that I'm already a fan of that. But no, there's some cool stuff. Like Wolfie played in it. He played a Komodo as well, which is really cool. But he did like the clangorous scales, clanging scales kind of stuff, throat spray, which is kind of cool.
Does clanging whatever that is that a throat spray move?
Yes. So
Oh,
clangorous
it's sound based.
It's an Omni Boost +1 in every stat, and then throat spray triggers on top of it to make it a +2 in special attack.
Wow,
It's kind of a sick combo.
That is wild.
There's some interesting stuff in here. A Galarian Moltres in 8th place. I'm just gonna pick out like the weird stuff that you don't normally see.
Galarian Moltres next to an Alolan Ninetales.
Wait, there's another Komodo in 13th, 14th.
Oh, there's Wolfie. Wolfie also had a Snorlax? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
What does Snorlax do?
Dude, there's a Meowscarada in 12th place. Remember Meowscarada?
Meowscarada? Nothing exists.
It's Grass Ogerpon, but with 100% chance to crit its signature move.
When you put it that way, it does also have a mask.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
I shouldn't be, right? But I am.
What's the top Dozos are all the 222 Dozo stuff?
222 Dozo always doing well.
I know. It's, and I was talking to Rowan about it because Rowan's been running it.
He's been talking about it. Yes.
But he's doing well with it, so I can't knock the man.
No, I mean it has Dozo.
It has merit.
Has always been good, and then this 222 Dozo is just the current Dozo flavor.
Yeah, and my theory is just like Dozo comes and goes. People always forget Dozo exists, and then it sees a surge back. So especially like new formats, people just explore all the new stuff, and then like the Dozo loyalists will just still do really well with the Dozo because people like Ray D, like people stop dropping like haze and clear smog on their Amoonguses. So like Dozo could just run wild if you didn't, and nobody really had to check for it. Gastrodon wasn't much of anywhere.
It will be interesting though, speaking of that, to see if Komodo, with clangor scales and what Wolfie did with throat spray or whatever, tends to bring back more of the haze and whatnot.
Ooh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Just more things with more boosts means more haze.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And Komodo is just a cool Pokemon. Like, okay, 4 times weak to Fairy, horrible. Fluttermane exists. We hate that.
Yes,
but,
bad for it.
But you get bulletproof, so you can absorb. You can't get hit by Shadow Balls, and then Terra exists, which is the best thing for it. So you just Terra to Fire or Steel or something, and you start or Steel and start resisting Fairy, and then they can't touch you with Shadow Balls, and you can just take them out slowly or fast.
And let's be real, Komodo was always a third type Steel Pokemon. It should have always been a Steel type.
It should have been Steel Dragon.
Yeah, that'd been great.
Would have loved that. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah. I was
Duraludon. And Dialga technically.
Yeah, I knew that. I was. My brain was just like, I know there's one of them, and behind me is a Dialga right there.
Oh, there you go.
I should have known. He's always there. He's always lurking.
Oh, speaking just because it came up of fun plushies. Look what Becca got me for my birthday.
Dude, you got the Japan.
That's the Japan World's Fuecoco, and he's such a good boy.
That is awesome.
I love him so much.
That is awesome. Did you guys take your cruise over there to go pick him up?
It was tempting. That boat at some point is doing that, like very soon. We're like, can we just stay on the boat and go to Japan? I mean, we could for a lot of money.
No, for sure. But we want to talk about events and stuff coming back. There was one more in Brazil this past weekend.
Yeah. So
we're talking about Dozo. Dozo won it.
Wait, did Dozo win it?
Dude,
so there was
Glim Dozo, dog.
There's the, how do you say this? Curitiba?
Curitiba.
Curitiba?
Yeah.
Is that second? Is first I very short or silent?
Curitiba?
Curitiba?
Dude, I don't know. I'm pretty. I think it's Curitiba. We'll go with that.
Curitiba. We're gonna say it.
Yep.
By Nader El Bacha, one of the two, is the winner with a dozo.
Yep. Interesting, man. This is the first time Glimdozo has won something.
Is it the first time Glimdozo's won a major?
I might be, because I think only Dozo's won maybe 1 or 2 majors, but I don't think they've been Glimdozo.
I a few weeks ago, I just couldn't even remember if Dozo won. I was like, Dozo is always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Like, it always does really well, but apparently it did win, and I was just entirely egg on my face wrong. But Glimdozo is
one
nice.
Or 2 things.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's been up there and actually taken the cake. But Glimdozo, I'm not sure, and I'm not gonna say either way, so that I can't be proven wrong.
That's a bold strategy.
Yeah, it is.
I'm willing to say that I don't think Glimdozo has won anything. Dozo has. I think this is like Dozo's 3rd title, or at least this calendar year.
Sure,
but
Glimdozo.
I don't think Glimdozo has won it. It came close. I think it came close in San Diego, maybe. I don't know.
That sounds right.
It's interesting. Like, if you're looking at the teams, all of them are pretty similar. Like, the middle ones all are like Fluttermane, Heatran, Iron Hand stuff. My favorite
this one, it looks like it belongs in Regulation A.
Which
except
one?
The top one, right?
Oh yeah,
Glimdozo. It feels like a Reg A team, despite the fact that it's clearly not, because it does have Fluttermane and Chiyu, of course. Mm-hmm. But then because it is a Reg E tournament, we're also looking at Tornadus.
It's still Reg D, but yes.
Sorry, Reg D.
No, you're good.
B and C and then D. Sorry, I had it all.
I'm trying to be like, okay, this was the last tournament of Reg D. I know that. But also, it's theoretically the same stuff as Reg E, so who cares?
Yeah, this could still work really well in Reg E.
Probably will. Even though
except when Ogerpon comes and just bonks a dozo and crits.
Don't even speak that into existence, dog.
Focus energy Ogerpon's gonna just bonk it.
Nah, that's God, I hope not.
No,
but pretty much like the cool thing is like kind of the top 6 teams all are kind of what you'd expect, right? All like kind of good stuffs. And then 7 and 8 on that list are just fantastic to me. Because 7 is the Konkeldonk Worlds team with the Bruxish, Weakness Policy, Torkoal stuff.
Very good, yes.
Which makes me so happy because Bruxish is an ugly, fantastic fish.
You were so happy when you did a video on it, yes?
I did. I played that team, and then I brought Bruxish to Pittsburgh.
Oh, you did?
I did bring Bruxish to Pittsburgh.
I don't remember that. I believe you.
Bruxish and Amorous, dude. It was the ugliest team of all time. Sorry, an Amorous Therian. The turtle and Amorous. Very, very ugly team. But then Paul Ruiz has a cool team with Gothitelle.
Seeing Goth there was pretty interesting. That is a weird looking team because that is not a mechanical moth I see. That is a normal Volcarona.
Yes. It is not a it's not a other moth too. It's just our normal Unovan moth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a robot or a dinosaur. What the heck?
No. It's an interesting team, and especially like Gothitelle just makes it so weird to me. But you're trapping them in with just things that are just going to hurt you.
Yeah, I mean the Chien-Pao, Urshifu, Iron Hands, and Volcarona there all can do big damage if you can't maneuver around them.
Yeah.
So if you cannot maneuver your opponent with that team and set up the way you want to, you have them trapped. Quite
Plus,
literally.
a cool thing I just noticed too is the Chien-Pao is double dark. He has Crunch and Sucker Punch, which is really interesting.
Ooh, that is very nice.
I don't know if I've seen double ice with like ice shard, ice spinner, but I don't think I've ever seen double dark with crunch and sucker punch. So I like that. That's kind of cool.
I feel like that existed before, because I remember thinking the same thing. Normally we have priority ice and normal, priority 0 ice, but this was interesting because you have that with dark instead.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. I'm sure someone has ran it at some point as well. But
probably. I'm not one to question Paul Ruiz's team building.
No, absolutely not.
He's a fantastic player and team builder. A world champion, obviously. Like, he knows what he's doing, and to go top 8 is kind of sick. Apparently
sure.
he did. Apparently he tweeted something about it. He drove like 7 hours and then got like 3 hours of sleep before round 1.
Oh, wow.
Like some crazy conditions. So to pull out top 8, of course, it's fantastic. And he's Paul.
And what's interesting too, I'll mention, is there's only 93 players in this regional.
Yes.
So like that normally means it's the smaller the number doesn't necessarily mean the easier the playing field. It probably means the more like concentrated the playing field is, right? Like you have less people, but it's the dedicated few who are coming to these events.
And that's the thing. Pittsburgh was kind of like that too, because they capped it at 400 or whatever.
Right.
So a lot of like probably the casuals and the people who want to try out for the first time weren't there spamming the refresh button like we all were, trying to sneak in. So like all the really good dedicated players were the ones getting in. So that field in Pittsburgh was nasty.
Yep. I mean, that's similar results with two different problems, I'll say, right?
Yeah.
You have a smaller audience in Brazil, I presume, just by this, right? But then also you have the problem of we don't have the equipment to handle the audience we have here in the stateside. So,
if I remember correctly, and I may be 100% wrong, but I feel like I remember seeing something a month ago saying like they capped this thing at like 100 or 120 people.
Really?
For Curitiba. Yeah, Curitiba. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw something like that. I don't remember. I can't remember, dude. There were so many events getting capped.
If they did, it didn't matter because it wasn't hit, which is bittersweet, really, right? Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
By the way, there are some cool teams floating around here. And just to be able to, like you said, this is the last event for Reg D, like officially the last event for Reg D, because there's no more weekends for Reg D to exist. If it started on Friday, Saturday, it would still be Reg D. But there isn't one planned for this weekend, so it's good. It is nice to see that, like, Dozo pulled out a win at the end of Reg D. Good for that big fish. But now we can look back at all of Reg D and see all the teams and very easily, unless you're like me and misspeak 10 minutes ago, know like this is a clear Reg D team, right? We know if you just say, this is a basic Reg D team, you know what to think of. Yeah. Now we get to do all that again with Reg E, and honestly, Reg E just looks like so much fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked, man. It's weird. I have a weird sample size because I've been doing so much content, and the only way to do it is to do it on casual ladder.
Right.
So I'm not getting the most competitive games most of the time. Sometimes I will, and it throws me off. And then sometimes I kill Mewtwo's with my Piloswine because that was an actual thing.
I didn't see the Piloswine video, so
bro.
I'm excited for it.
It's my favorite thing I think I've ever filmed.
Oh, that's so good.
I led Piloswine all 3 games, and it never died once.
Really? Mamoswine.
No.
Was it Piloswine?
Yes.
Okay.
You heard me correctly.
I was like, wait a second, hold on. I've made that mistake before in the past. Okay. Now I'm even more excited for it because that's wild. I love that line so much.
It's great.
It's one of my favorite Pokemon families, but I've never had the chance to use it competitively.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Mamoswine's still very good.
Sure. Yeah, well, yes, I hope so.
There was another one I played with an assault vest mammoth swan, and it put in the finest of work.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I don't remember which video it was. They're all running together. I gotta like record like 2 more after this
Tonight?
Yeah,
Oh.
I gotta stock up for Beast Coast.
Oh, good
and
point.
Then when I get back, I gotta like stock up for Peoria.
Okay, I gotta ask. So we're gonna segue back into you and your content. You have made this. I've been meaning to ask you this off the air, but now it's in a podcast.
Oh God.
You've like, you turned up the heat. You've put in the work. You've done. It's been. I mean, I've from the sidelines watched you, and am so like proud and happy of and for you. And if I were to not say that I'm envious, I'd be lying. What has that been like for you to like just turn up the heat, put videos out every day, like make all this content? What is your workflow like? What's the great parts of it, and why does it suck?
Oh man.
Because I imagine there's both.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, I appreciate it too, man. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Like all the homies, like we have such a cool little friend group, all of us. And dude, I mean, shout out to Poker Sports. I love those guys to death. Because honest to God, it also like Kevin was kind of talking to me. He's like, dude, you might as well just like start it up or whatever. I'm like, okay. And then I've just been bugging the absolute crap out of him, picking his brain on like how to work the algorithm and
sure.
But dude, I don't know. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing was Pittsburgh. I'd just be walking around. People would be like, "Hey, are you Bruneaux?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I love your videos." I'm like, "Whoa, what? You've seen my stuff?" That's never happened before. And it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I've never been recognized before.
Sure.
So
yep.
that was neat. I'm not used to it. I'm usually
I feel like I've known you not that long, really.
About a year now, yeah.
Yeah, going on that. But like, I feel like you are the type of person where I don't think you'll ever get used to it.
I'm not. See, the thing, like, I don't know. I'm an idiot on the internet, like between like Twitter and stuff. Like, I'm an active fool, but like, dude, I'm a shy, kind of keep to myself, secluded dude. Like, I'm never really gonna be used to it. But I'm just doing this for fun. Honest to God, when Kevin was talking to me about it, he's just like, yeah, dude, you should do it. Like, now's a great time. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? Honestly, like, I need to pressure myself into practicing. Like, I don't really practice like everybody else does. Like, I know Rowan, and I know Rowan's like a showdown warrior, and like I commend him for. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't just grind showdown games. It would drive me crazy. But this was kind of an experiment too, because I'm so set in my ways. Like, I love playing hard trick room. I have a certain style about myself. Like, I like doing certain things. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record all my practices, and people are gonna watch me fail. So like my whole channel is just, I mean, I'm making content. I'm trying to make it fun and engaging, but it's me learning and growing to try to be a good player, because I want to make a world's push this year. I don't know if I'm that caliber of a player, but I'm a freaking try. Like, I'm gonna try to be.
And I think there's so much there that is smart, but and what's the word I'm trying to say? It's a good motivator, because you're killing several Pidgey with one rock throw.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I thought about it and it fell out of my mouth. I didn't like it.
Fair enough.
You're killing so many birds in a bush with a hand. There's a Malifaux there somewhere.
You'll get the analogy. Keep going. You got this.
No, I'm done. But you're practicing. You're making content. You're getting better. You're learning the skills of VGC, as well as making that progress. In content creation, whether it's learning the algorithm, editing videos, like all that fun stuff, right? All of this, and even I think the coolest part of the skill set that you have you didn't really mention, or you talked about a little bit, didn't mention at face value, but you threw yourself into this, and you have some degree of workflow that allows you to be so consistent,
Yeah.
right? Like you're again, videos every freaking day. It hurts my mind because, you know, I get off work, I come home and I'm like, I should do something. I should make content. And I'm like, I'm so just brain dead tired, or don't have like the motivation, or don't even know what to do. Whereas like I'm looking at like, again, you and Pokesports and the way you guys put out videos is just baffling to me. So I'm like, I want to do a portion of that, and I still can't even grasp that in my head.
Yeah. So, I mean, I started 5 days a week, and then I'm just like, dude, I think I can do 7. I think I can go every single day. And then I just started adding more, and the workflow is not that bad, honest to God.
Sure.
I haven't burnt out fully yet. Right now, it's a weird time because so usually I'm usually filming on like Saturdays, all like 7 episodes. I'm usually going like a week in advance.
Okay.
But I let it catch up intentionally to when the DLC dropped. And then when the DLC dropped, I speed made like 2 episodes to get them out instantly, and then waited for like rental codes and stuff to start catching up.
Sure.
And then now I'm working like 2-3 days out. But like once more stuff comes out, I know once the official ladder drops and people start actually making more rental teams, a bunch of cool teams and stuff that I can take for my content too and use and play. Like I'll get back to that same kind of workflow. It's a weird one right now. But
I can imagine.
But honestly,
yeah,
like it's not bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's not discrediting PokeTubers at large. And in fact, I would say to the credit of PokeTubers at large, the community that we are a part of to a degree, you know, everyone's putting out rental codes, everyone's putting out videos with rental codes. Then it's like, ooh, I'm gonna steal that rental code and then you make my own video of it. And then someone's gonna take your rental code, make their own video of that. And then, oh wait, you have your rental code and Poke Paste. I'm gonna take the paste, make some adjustments. I really like the concept of your team, but I want to change this thing. And so It's so cool that exists. And I mean, I think there's different flavors that I don't watch every single PokeTuber on YouTube because I have a life.
Fair.
But you've been doing a lot of really cool highlights with different Pokemon and stealing rental teams, which I think is really cool. Pokesports has their thing where they literally just were going down the list of all the new toys to play with, right? So they put together something and then people can steal that and iterate on it. So like there's different almost flavors of this content you can make. And I don't think like for the average PokeTuber content consumer. Yeah, that's the right set of words.
Sure.
I don't think it's boring necessarily because you have different personalities and different teams always putting out videos. So
And one thing too is like, I mean, me, Kevin, and Mike are talking constantly. I'm like, yo, what do you guys having coming down the pipe? Like, oh, cool. I had a Snorlax video today. I'm like, cool. I'm not going to put out my Snorlax video today. I'll put that out in 3 days. So,
sure.
Like, 'cause it makes no, like, if you saw like,
do you think it makes a difference?
I think so. I mean, look, if you saw it, maybe to an extent,
Sure.
if you saw 2 people drop a Snorlax video on the same day, one of them has 20,000 subs and one of them has 1,000 subs, who are you more likely to watch?
I guess that's a fair point, right?
I would watch the bigger people because they know what they're doing. They have better quality. There's a reason that they're bigger.
Sure.
Even if it's a completely different team, I'm probably automatically gonna assume that it's the same thing.
Just because, again, average PokeTuber content consumer, that's what I said before, they're going to see a thumbnail and just see Snorlax, right? They don't necessarily know that, like, you can have even just 2 different Pokemon or one different team. Yeah, and completely different, right?
Yep.
So, and of course, different battles too, right? Like,
oh, yeah.
There's a whole lot, but you're right when it comes to initial engagements and seeing the thumbnail and just seeing there's a Snorlax, there might be.
It becomes a thumbnail war too. It becomes a war of thumbnails, and it becomes a war of current views. It's like, cool, this thumbnail already has 2,000 views on it. This one has 600. Well,
okay,
let me go ahead and watch the one that has 2,000.
I love, you're talking about like, you know, our little friend group here. And your thumbnails, Pokesports thumbnails, and Rowan when he does his stuff, his thumbnails.
Yeah.
Thumbnails have always been like a thing for me. Like I don't know how to make good thumbnails, or I don't think I make good thumbnails. So I never do. Right. So that's why for this podcast, even I found a thing that works for thumbnails and I just iterate on it. Right.
Yeah.
But I love all y'all's thumbnails. I think it's nice because like you've set into a pattern that I think really works for you.
Yeah.
Right. With how you've been doing yours. And then all y'all, do you use the model rips like the others do?
I don't. I've been using, for the most part, I use the home render, like the Pokemon
it is home.
sprites.
Okay.
But
I thought you did like a mix of both.
I do a mix of both because I know sometimes I'll hit up Mike and Kevin and be like, hey, do you guys have a Komodo rip? And they're like, yeah. Here you go. Because like, yeah, we just did a video on it last week. Here's like some extra ones. I'm like, yeah, give me one of them. I'll take it. It's whatever. So sometimes I do that. I used to, dude, that was really the first thing. Like when I was starting out, I was just doing stupid meme references with my thumbnails and I loved it to death. And then a much smarter and wiser PokeTuber, I picked their brain one night and just like make everything look the same. So it's visually
like this, like consistent. I'm looking through your list of videos, and literally the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks now, I think I'm seeing this consistent thumbnail thing, and it's just like it's a Bruneaux thumbnail, and it works so well.
And that's what I wanted to do. And I went back, I toiled with like 2 or 3 different formats. And then when I settled on one that like started seeing like actual traction worked, I went back and did like a month's worth to make them all consistent from like the very beginning.
Okay. That's smart. Actually, I would not have necessarily thought of that. That's very good.
It took up an entire Saturday of just making like a month's worth of thumbnails.
Sure. Yeah, I can believe that.
It's 100% worth it. It's just, I have just a consistent look now. That's what I wanted.
I went back to, and I don't know if this is just the way that, because I'm looking at the sales promo on Discord, is to 7:30 is the first time there's an old Bruneaux thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. 2 months at least, like you said, of the same stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. No, it's a labor of love, but dude, I'm having fun with it, man. I'm not in it for the money or the glory. I'm honestly in it for my own practice. And I watch all my videos back. I watch like, obviously when I'm editing, I watch them, but like the next day when they come out, I'll watch it and be like, all right, cool. Like, what did I do? So
I always know that first view on a Bruneaux video is Bruneaux. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can comment first under your own videos.
First, I'll do it from an alt.
Oh, there you go.
I'll do it from an alt called Not Bruneaux. So
I was gonna say Not Bruneaux.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. No, yeah, that's good. I think that's it's a very, I don't know that healthy is the right word, but it's a good way to see it, right? Like, and I think that helps with putting out a metric crap ton of content and not burning out, right? Because you're not putting that much pressure on yourself if you're not in it for the money and the glory, like you said, right? Like you're just doing it as a fun side hobby. That's great. So
yeah. And dude, like the only time I burnt out the other night, I was like 11 o'clock. I was recording for an hour, like over an hour, maybe about 2 hours because I couldn't get any good games.
Oh yeah. Everything,
either I would just smoke them like turn one and then they'd quit, or like they were just not good competitive games. So I'm like, it became a weird thing when I'm just like, I am dying right now because I just want like 3 good games to showcase this, like, or like I would just lead the 2 things in the front and just smoke them. And then you never see the featured mon, which I had in the back because it didn't make sense to lead at that game.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Or people would try to taunt me. I'd be in psychic terrain. I hit up trick room and then they forfeit. I'm like,
I mean, that'll fix itself when the ladder actually comes out this weekend. So like that's at least nice, but that makes sense, right? Like,
yeah.
And I think there's a difference personally on burning out, but having a recording session go poorly, I think is always going to happen.
Yeah.
But burning out, and the thing that like try to avoid, as all content creators should do, is when the workflow and the constant grind of it all is, cumulatively, that's too much, and then you just do nothing, right? That's the part that is, if that's coming up, you got to be careful of.
When that happens, I'll either scale back or just quit. Like I'm like I said, I'm in this for fun.
Sure.
I'm not, this isn't a job for me. Like I know there's some that like their livelihood depends on it and stuff, and
Right.
or like a big chunk of their income is like, nah, dude, I haven't even monetized my channel yet. If you go on my videos, you'll get no ads. I haven't even monetized it yet. I haven't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you showed the thing, so you just applied for it. You have the button. You haven't hit it yet.
I haven't submitted my tax info. I haven't submitted my personal info to the YouTube gods. So I might.
Oh,
but I don't know. I just like I'm just doing this for fun, man. It's been awesome. It's a good experience. My part of me is just like, holy crap. Like I'm only like 2 or 3 months in and I'm like, okay, this is like a long haul thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have the stamina. So that's what's going to come into test. But
I mean, if it's any consolation, again, the other side of the coin from my envious of you self is you give me hope that if I ever actually want to turn this channel into something, I probably could.
Dude, yeah. It's not hard. Dude, the trick, honest to God, the trick is consistency and quality.
Yep.
Every day at 11 o'clock, I'm putting out a video.
Yep.
I have a good mic. I have a good camera. I have a good capture card.
I'm sure your camera is great because I have seen it, but I've been staring at a pixelated mess because Riverside is having a rough time right now.
Oh no, I'm not even using my camera. I bought like a little like $40, $50 webcam. Maybe it's like $100 off of Amazon that I use for my videos.
Oh really?
This is my face cam on my computer.
Oh yeah, you do this all on a laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I don't have a desktop. I don't need one.
You. I mean, that makes sense. Not for this, right? You need an external capture card, and all you need is that and a monitor, and then you can do Pokemon content off a Switch.
Well, I mean, this is the same laptop that I used to DJ with. Like I would take it to clubs and use it and tour and stuff with it. So like,
sure,
I pimped it out and made it intentionally good for media. And now what's funny is when I because I splurged, I had a good bonus and I splurged on it, but I didn't buy a good video card because I'm just like, I won't do video. I just need.
Is this a Mac or is this a PC?
It's a Mac. It's a MacBook Pro.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So you do all your editing in what is it? What is not Procreate?
It's definitely not Procreate.
What's the
So I did it originally in iMovie. Some of the earlier stuff's in iMovie. Now I'm doing DaVinci.
Oh, you do DaVinci? Oh, someone else uses DaVinci.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think we actually spoke about DaVinci a while ago, didn't we? I forgot about that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about stuff for
audio. Yeah, we were talking about audio stuff.
Fairlight,
yeah. And getting you right for your audio quality stuff.
Yes. So for people who've been listening to this podcast for some amount of time, when there was a nice spike in audio quality, that was because Rowan got a better mic and because Bruno told me what to do.
Probably, yeah. That seems about right.
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we approaching done?
We are approaching done. We're at the 54-minute mark, 55, something above 50.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
We've almost come to an hour. It's not bad.
Pretty good for
little of an agenda.
We walked into this and we're like, do you know what to talk about? No. Do you? No, let's go. So I have to ask, since we are another video game podcast,
yep.
Have you been playing any other video games?
I mean, I don't even know how many people know.
With your copious amounts of spare time?
Honestly, I was playing for about an hour or two before this. All I do is play Madden, honestly. I know this is weird. Okay. You guys are not used to somebody talking about sports on the podcast or sports video games. I'm a massive
Doesn't Sheldon likes Madden?
He does.
Yeah, okay.
Sheldon likes Madden. We've talked about it. I will beat him down in Madden.
I believe it.
I part of me wants to go pro in Madden, but I'm not that good. I'm close. I think I'm close.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, dude. Right now, Google what like the world champion of Madden. If you want to get mad about Pokemon payouts, find out what like the Madden Cup like champion gets paid. It's 6 figures.
Madden NFL 23 Championship Series.
Yep.
Put on by EA Games.
Mm-hmm.
What?
The payouts are absurd, bro.
What? Will register and compete to earn MCS ladder points for a chance to play like mad in the Ultimate Bowl 23 and earn your share of, wait for it, 1.7 million in total prizes this season.
Yes. I think the Madden champion gets 200 or 250,000 is the big payout for the winner. It's something crazy. It's 6 figures if I remember correctly.
So this is Championship Series. Learn more. Hold on, I'm digging into this. Oh wait. There's so many different things that I don't understand. Okay, the
There's a lot.
MCS Ultimate Kickoff. The first place is 50K. The Thanksgiving. Of course, there's an Ultimate Thanksgiving tournament, and that's 75K. The Ultimate Madden Bowl has $1 million prize pool, and the winner gets $250,000. I just spit over my $1,000.
Yes.
Second, $150,000.
That's a house. Those are houses, dog.
That's my mortgage. What the?
That's wild.
I need to learn how to football. I didn't know leather hand egg gate, like digital leather hand egg.
Oh, I don't like that name, but okay.
I thought
That's disturbing.
Hand egg is my favorite thing to call football because I'm not a sports person. But what the heck?
It's wild, man.
Oh my goodness. I'm happy they finally bumped up Pokemon, but like that's absurd.
Yeah.
Hold on.
This is also EA Games and EA Sports we're talking about, which is like the
and
biggest
Madden
studio.
puts out a new game every year.
Yep.
So they actually there's a good chance that the Madden games just make more money than the Pokemon games.
Well, they also probably. Maybe about double check that. I'm interested to see the numbers, but they put out maybe about 20 years ago they bought the exclusive license for the NFL. So you'll never see
a lot.
Yeah, you'll never see another NFL or like NFL football brought to you by this. It's like, nah, those, because you can't use the teams and the logos and the names and all that stuff. So it has to come through Madden, which is great for Madden, but it's horrible for players because Madden has not. I know you guys like talk about like Bethesda games and stuff of how like they're all kind of the same. It's kind of what Madden is.
Well, that's why, like, I mean, again, I'm not a sports person, so I don't really care about sports. Like, I just that's just me, right? And then as an outsider to that, looking in, I know, and as a video game connoisseur, I understand that the Madden games are so like there's so little difference between them year over year.
Yeah.
Right. So like that just kind of makes me sad as a human, but it makes a lot of sense because there might be someone who isn't a big video game nerd like I might be, who only buys 1 or 2 video games a year, and one of those is guaranteed to be Madden because that's what they play. Then it makes sense.
And the thing is that like I buy Madden every single year, and I will get use of that thing all the way up until the next Madden drops, and then I will delete it from my PlayStation and buy it and get the new one on there.
And that also makes sense, right? Because if that is a game you're consistently playing, then the $67 upgrade for the year is probably super worth it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make sense at first glance, and then you think about it, and then it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Despite
it's not
still being mildly upsetting.
And they get a bad rep saying like, hey, all they do is update the rosters every year, which they do. Obviously, there's new players coming in and players leaving and players getting traded and stuff. But also, like, I mean, they put new features in. Like this year, the actual running is probably the best it's been in a while. But like, I feel like the passing is horrible. Like, I feel like I just throw interceptions every other pass. It's horrible. But it's weird. They try out new stuff, and this year might be the first year they actually feel like they're listening to the people and giving them what they want as far as some like dynasty upgrades and stuff. It's not perfect, but it looks like they're making strides.
I mean, I would never know any of that, but as someone who is versed in these games, I believe you wholeheartedly.
Yeah. No, it's that. I mean, that, and then FIFA's coming out Friday, so I'm stoked to get back from New York to go play some FIFA, because really all I do is I play soccer and football, and that lasts me 365 days until the next one comes out.
And then between that, Pokemon.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally those three things. And like last night I was shiny hunting for no reason.
Okay, so I get that feeling though, because with the DLC coming out, I'm sitting here like I might actually. So I've never like actually gone.
You've never found a shiny.
I've never found a shiny. That's
isn't. I think you've said that before on the pod.
Well, I haven't. I'm trying to remember if that still holds true, and I think so. Which is really funny because I've never found a shiny. Becca found a shiny the first time she booted up Scarlet or Violet. Well, she immediately found a shiny Azurill.
Yeah, but Becca's goated. We know this.
Yes, I know. I'm actually going to give her that Trick Room team that we saw and say, "Hey, come play this weekend at the MSS." Oh, yeah. She'll like that a lot. So that's her team.
Oh no, I got a cool team. I got a cool team. She can
send it my way, and we'll run it by her and see.
She can play my Bruxish.
She'll either love that or hate that. Actually,
that's correct.
But what was I saying? Oh goodness.
We're talking about shiny hunting.
Shiny hunting. The DLC. I've never completed the Pokedex. Actually, right?
What?
Yeah, I've never bothered to complete the Pokedex in a Pokemon game, which sounds wild.
How do you play these games?
I play them a lot, and then I do VGC.
But you don't play them like what?
Yeah, you heard me right.
Dog.
Yeah, it's sad. So now I'm like with the DLC, and like you have to get Blood Moon, you have to complete the Pokedex. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go do this because the only reward has pretty much always been the shiny charm, or as of late has been the shiny charm, which helps in me never having a shiny, because I've never done that. So now I'm like, I kind of am working towards completing the Kitakami Pokedex. I'm like, I kind of like this. Why have I never done this before?
It's a fun grind, man.
It's a fun grind.
The Kitakami Dex gives you the Glimmering Charm.
What does that mean?
So it's a new item, and what it does is it increases your shards from Terra Raids.
That's so good.
No. It's absolutely fantastic. So here's
much?
Here's what the rundown is. If I remember, I honestly, I memorized the one that matters.
Sure.
If it's a 3-star raid, it gives you 2 extra shards, I believe. Okay. If it's a 4-star raid, it gives you 5 extra shards.
Okay.
If it's a 5-star raid, it gives you 10 extra shards.
Okay.
Which is the one that matters, because if it's a 6-star raid, it gives you 12 extra stars. So the level of difficulty, because I can solo 5-star raids, the level of difficulty between a 5 and a 6 is pretty significant.
Yeah.
And it's not worth 2 It's not worth 2 more shards. So I'm just farming 5-star raids and just getting buttloads of shards.
So good.
Yeah.
All right.
So like if you're doing Blissey raids and you beat a steel raid and it gives you 15 normal steel shards, you now get another 10 on top of that. So you just do 2 of them, and you're at 50 shards. It's freaking fantastic. It might be my favorite thing in the new DLC.
Really. So again, looking at some of the stuff that has happened as of late with the DQs at Worlds and them giving more.
This is huge.
Cracking down a little more on Jenning. This is amazing. I mean, it still sucks. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
I am an advocate for what Jenning is. I think that is great for the metagame. I'm displeased at the steps that they've taken back, and happy with what they've taken forward for making in-game teams better. It's sad they had to add an item that is like post-game to make this better for like it still hurts to think about, but I'm happy it exists. I'm happy that's there.
You know what I just realized is that item is also locked behind a paywall.
Oh, it is. Oh no.
And I just realized it literally just now. I'm just when you were saying that, I'm just
You're
like,
right.
oh no, you have to pay for the item. But
the item, the Pokemon, the old Pokemon that are relevant again. Ugh.
well, dude, I saw something cool today. We were going to talk about that real quick. About like the accessibility.
Yeah.
It looks like they're doing raids for new stuff because I think next weekend there's a Hisuian Decidueye raid.
I didn't
Which is
see
cool.
this.
We haven't got like a Hisuian form raid yet, I don't believe.
No, we've had normal Samurai. No, you're right.
We haven't had
You're right.
Had
No
Hisuian.
Ooh.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
This.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like
Hisuian Decidueye. Oh yeah. Oh, that was earlier today.
But that's given me promise that they're going to do stuff in the future. Like maybe they do a Cubfu raid.
If I would, so I need to go back and get a couple of Cubfu so that I can have, a legitimate Urshifu. I've been talking to some friends about that and be like, hey, can I steal your Cubfu or Urshifu from your Gen 9 games, Gen 8 games? Actually should just load up my home and push that over. But then it's going to get lost with all my less than legitimate Urshifu that I have in my boxes, but that's a whole other story that I have to go clean out. Anywho, yeah, I was thinking that, right? Like when it comes to the genies, when it comes to Cubfu, when it comes to, I guess all the Pokemon from PLA, right? Like they need them to be in the game.
Yeah.
And a limited time raid is not the best answer, but it is an answer.
It's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
And the fact they're starting with Hisuian Decidueye gives me hope because it's like, okay, in Legends Arceus, that was the first thing in the decks, right? It's your grass starter. So
good pattern recognition.
What's next should be probably Hisuian Samurott, followed by Hisuian Typhlosion, or it's Hisuian Typhlosion, followed by Hisuian Samurott, and then Hisuian Gudra, Hisuian Lilligant.
Yeah.
Question mark. It's giving me some hope. Which is kind of cool.
I hope it goes fast though. Like I feel like, right? Like Peoria is in a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Right? You have Toronto's
at the end of the month.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
There's one or two more throughout the year, and then it picks up again in January. Right? Like.
Yeah.
Events are coming and people they're gonna play the game. They want to compete. They need to get these Pokemon. So, No,
it's interesting. And honestly, like, I don't advocate for this because I'm a crazy person and you know me well enough. You know that I love the grind. Like I love shiny hunting. I have a living shiny dex because I'm a madman.
You are a madman.
I actually am. Oh, dude, you should see. I have like maybe 10 or 12 boxes of just spare shinies, of just duplicates. I'm stupid. It's fine. I'm not bragging. This is not a shiny brag.
Humble brag. I haven't ever seen a shiny Pokemon.
You will. The odds are in your favor. If you actually play the game, you'll find one.
Oh, I have to play the game?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's awkward. But I don't advocate for this, but I have gone back to Sword and Shield and speedran the game. Not the game, but like to the Isle of Armor for Cubfu before.
It just hurts. It just hurts my brain.
It took 2 hours, man.
I get it. I get that it's not hard.
It's not, but
like you're also talking to the guy who's like, I want to make content and I can't do that after work because I am just dead.
No, so dude, I was bored one night and Edu hit me up. He goes, hey, do you have an Urshifu Dark, like a legit Urshifu Dark? I'm like, no, but I can get you one. Give me a minute. So I start up a new file. I speed ran it. And then I got to the very end where you have to battle Clara. Mm-hmm. Like she's like the poison girl with like the neon green purple stuff.
Yeah.
And I couldn't beat her because she was level 60 and all my Pokemon were level 12 because I just speed ran the crap out of it. So but I figured it out. After like 30 minutes, I just brought in 4 Ferrothorns because all the Pokemon are physical and poison. So I brought in 4
glorious.
Ferrothorns and let them just kill themselves with whatever moves they have that can't hit steel. And it just died to my iron barbs. It was amazing.
Yes.
I just sat there and just like let him ignore me forever unless he landed a move.
That's something.
Yeah.
Do you have any more spare cub food that you don't need? Asking for a friend, it's me, I'm the friend.
I may have had a friend of ours clone me some of those. Like I gave Edu the legit cub food, but I could do that.
had
somebody clone me like 3 or 4 of them, and I don't know where they are now.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I have my legit one in my living, because I have a living dex too. I have a living dex and a shiny living dex.
Again, madman, but go on.
It's dumb, dude. I have no life, man. I have no life.
And this leads to great YouTube success.
I guess. I've already got the DLC stuff updated. I already have the shinies from the DLC and
you already done that? Oh my gosh. I'm still like 50 mon shy of completing the Pokedex. To be fair, did you listen to last week's episode where I told the tale of me trying to download the DLC on a boat?
Oh, you showed me the picture.
Oh yeah, that's right. I sent it to the Discord. So that was great. So like a day late, I ended up actually going offshore and off the boat and doing it. But it was nice. It was so nice.
A coffee shop, right?
Yeah, I actually went to a coffee shop, tried their Wi-Fi. It was still slow. Then I hotspotted my phone. It was much faster.
Beautiful.
Which is wild to me. But like playing on the boat, it was so nice because I could just play, relax, and enjoy the DLC, which again I think lent itself to a better experience for me, which is fine. But then that also like I'm not drunk on a boat, so I can't just slowly grind out the Pokedex. I have to actually do it with a purpose now, and I'm like, I could also go practice on Showdown.
Yeah. No, dude, I feel you. I took a cruise in middle school. I want to say maybe middle school, early high school. My family's the only cruise I've ever been on, and we went to like the Caribbean and stuff. Mm-hmm. And it was like the day before like the 5th Harry Potter book came out. So like literally the entire cruise I spent in the cabin on the balcony reading the 5th Harry Potter book. I'm like, I'm not going to see shows. I'm not playing mini golf.
Relaxing.
I'm reading Harry Potter.
Who cares?
I need to know what happened. Like,
I believe it.
I was invested.
Same thing. Just different era.
I mean, Voldemort was back. I needed to know what was about to transpire.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. What are you playing? What games are you playing?
Baldur's Gate 3. I jumped back into that. Today, my other brain cell. Today, the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 drops. The day we're recording.
Okay.
And I want to play that, but I need to finish a one major RPG first.
Fair.
So Baldur's Gate, finally got Beck into Baldur's Gate, which is very exciting. So now she's just playing that, which is also good. And then I'll probably start Cyberpunk later.
So I know nothing about Baldur's Gate other than the fact that I've seen a bunch of people on Twitter like recreate people and like celebrities and weird stuff in the game, which is hilarious. It's
the character creator is good. I haven't seen a whole lot of that, and like I sort of threw together a pseudo me looking half elf blonde kid for my character.
That's natural.
Yeah, it's just what I do. And I mean, when you said that you saw stuff about characters on social media or TikTok, Twitter, whatever about this game, I thought you were going to go off on like Asterion, who's a character that everyone loves, and I'm like, that's super funny, but
no clue.
It's all good. It's just D&D, and it's such a good game.
Dude, I've never done D&D.
We should change that.
I'm probably like the weirdest person in the VGC community. I've thought about this. Like, I don't watch anime. I don't like do any, like I play Madden. Like I make no. I feel like such an outcast. I'm very weird.
I mean, okay, but also the VGC Twitter community itself, whatever, is just weird. We're all weird.
That's true.
we're all adults taking a children's video game way too seriously.
That's very true.
So like I don't think you're weird amongst the weird people. We're all weird.
I appreciate that. Yeah. that feels better.
I'm glad I could help.
Thanks, bud.
I think that's an episode. I think it's a great place to end.
Yep, I think so too.
The Game Corner, where you found out the VGC community, yes, is weird.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I have been Harrison. You can find me online at row_ixon. And here I'll make stuff eventually, maybe, who knows. But Bruneaux, who are you?
I'm Bruneaux. You can find me everywhere under Bruneaux. That's spelled very complicated with the EAUX at the end.
Okay, I was gonna say you gonna spell it or just say it's bad.
BRUNEAUX. It's the French way. I'm not French. I'm Italian and Portuguese.
I was gonna say I didn't think you had French in you, but
none. It just
okay.
Honestly, it just looked cooler with the X, so I kept it.
It does look cool. I gotta give you props. It's a good looking cool, Bruneaux.
Yeah. That Twitter at Bruneaux, YouTube at Bruneaux VGC. I changed it.
Hey.
Because I couldn't get just Bruneaux, and it was Bruneaux music, but I'm like, well, my albums are still on my YouTube, kinda, but like,
it's buried by Pokemon now.
Well, yeah, you got to suit the algorithm, baby.
That's fair.
It's all Pokemon now. But
who else is using Bruneaux spelled cool?
I don't know, man.
Oh.
Somebody had my Twitter handle for a while. I was Bruneaux Music, and then I somehow found him on Facebook and stalked him by profile picture. And I'm just like, hey, you haven't been on Twitter in like 7 years. Would you mind letting me have that handle? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Let me log in. I'm like, this is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's not at all how I thought that story was going to go. No, I mean, I guess I know your handle, but still.
I just asked him like, hey, I'm a music producer. Like, you have a Twitter handle. That's how I spell my name. Would you mind? Like, you haven't used Twitter, and like, it literally, they were like,
yeah,
they're multiple years inactive. I'm like, would you mind possibly letting me have it? And they're just, like, I'm like, I know this is weird. This is all weird as all crap. But like,
yeah, you cyber stalked this person to get your handle.
Oh, and what was weird is like 3 hours later, the dude like replies like, "Oh yeah, dude, no problem. I just changed it. Good luck." I'm like, thanks.
That is the weirdest part, and that's wholesome. There's a wholesome element there, which is so good.
Oh, dude, what a nice dude. Shout out to that guy. I don't remember his name.
Shout out to X at Bruneaux.
Whatever that guy, his name wasn't even Bruno. His name he had like some other standard, like a more generic name. It had like nothing to do with Bruno. I'm just like, but shout out to him. He's a G for that.
That's amazing. That's so good.
I forgot about that. That was amazing. Okay. I can't believe that happened. But anyway, that's where you can find me. Yeah,
and also, Bruno, send me your links just to DM me. I'll put them in the description down below, right above our stuff, because we collectively, Bruno, welcome to the family, have been the Game Corner. You can find us at Game Corner VGC. You can find us at the Game Corner VGC on YouTube. I forget the handles. I should fix all that. I keep saying I'm like 2 months of saying that and not doing it. Maybe I'll do it. Probably not. More importantly, all of our stuff is down below, including our Discord, our Patreon if you want to support us there, and everything else that we do. And thanks to RobKTA and the use of our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner, off the Ultraball album. It's great. I love Game Chops and everything that they do. RobKTA is great. One of the people there. But until next time, press start and game on. Bye.
Peace.
You did it. You were here. You were on the game corner.
We did a thing.
And I know that we're not the first show to have Bruneaux. I know Tom beat us to it. But we beat Pokesports, right?
I've never been on the Pokesports pod. No.
Glorious.
No. So yeah, you guys are good.